Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, peoples. Welcome to Sharp Ends. I am going to do a disassembly and maintenance video in preparation for my review of the Rosalinda, which is something that I have wanted to have for a long time. It is a great knife with extremely good action. It's made by Ray Laconico, who's one of my favorites, and he made this design and named it after his mother. It has got some really cool features to it, but I'm going to take it apart now and take a look at the inside with you guys. If you could like and subscribe and leave a comment, by the way, I'd really appreciate it. So, first off, I'm going to close this. I'm going to show you guys this is perfectly centered right now, and hopefully I can get it perfectly centered when I'm done. It looks like it has a locking pivot because there's no other torque screw on the other side here, which is good. Sometimes you have non-locking pivots, and I don't appreciate that so much. It can be very hard to get those out. I love these panhead screws, this panhead screw here really wide on the pivot. That's really cool. It has a full spacer in the back, which I appreciate. I'm going to open it now, and I'm going to go ahead and take out the back. It looks like it's all the same hardware too, which is a, what are we looking at? T8. T8 all the way around. The finish on this seems to be some, I think someone said it's a uh, Zerk blasted on the scales, which gives it this very fine texture, almost like a light lemon peel texture, which I really appreciate. Putting my screws in order over here so I remember where they came from, not necessarily um, needed, but it's nice to put the screws back where they came from, in my estimation. It can't hurt, right? That's the way it came. Um, Not sure who the OEM on this is, but they're very good. This wasn't made in the States. Some of his stuff is made in the States and some of it's not. And this is one that is not. Now, the action on this was really good. And you can see I've got a lot of lint and dirt in there. The reason why the action is so good is because these washers seem to be absolutely excellent. This back brake pillar just came out, so I'm going to be careful about that. Very dirty on the inside, so it definitely needs some cleaning. I'm going to use some alcohol here and a Q-tip to go ahead and give this a once over. I'm going to take the pivot out so I don't lose that. How does this lock? Oh yeah, there's just a little D indent here on the pivot. And this washer I'm going to put over here. A little bit of grease there, not too much, and it's got a nice ceramic ball for the detent. You can see over here that you've got a liner inset inside of here, and there is some nice machining on the inside as well. I'm going to go ahead and take this backspacer out and see if I can take the liner out too. Well, I guess I can't because of these pillars here, so I'm not going to do that, but yeah, you can see all that dirt coming up, lots of dirt. So I've been carrying this a lot, as you can see. I think it's a good thing to go ahead and not rush a review. This unboxing came out a while ago, and instead of rushing it, I went ahead and spent the time to, you know, use it and really appreciate it. This is a very sought after knife, and I can see why. You can see on this side, which is the show scale side, that he's got a washer in here inset, so that the bearing runs on that instead of just the titanium, whereas on this side you've got a full steel inset, which is good. This screw is actually loose. I wonder how that, oh, maybe that happened when I was just unscrewing it. Probably put some Loctite on that to make sure that that doesn't come loose. And now I'm going to clean the bearings real fast. These bearings, I don't know what it is about them, but something about the geometry and the way that this is machined to fit and finish makes this run smoother than any knife I've ever had in my life, and the deployment on it is incredible. Yeah, so I'm gonna get all this gunk out of here and over here. And yeah, this was definitely time for a cleaning on this guy. So I'm glad I did this. This steel is ZDP 189, so it's got a sheath. The center of it is 60. 7 HRC, which is very, very hard. If you're not familiar, most knives, most steels can only be hardened to a lesser degree. Each steel shines at a different HRC. ZDP 189 shines at a much higher, which means it'll keep its edge for a lot longer, but also means that it's a lot harder to sharpen. I wouldn't know because I don't need to sharpen it. I end up being able to just use it forever, and so far I haven't had the need to sharpen it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so now this guy goes over here. Oh, we got a little bit of dirt where the pivot goes. So I'm going to clean that out real fast. Stick this in. And then I'm going to go ahead and start to put this back together again. I'm going to use very little amount of oil. You don't even really need any because the action is so incredible on this. So I really don't want to put too much on here. I'm just going to put just a drop here on where I can see the racetrack that the bearings made, a little bit on the pivot. And then I will put this guy on here. And then I will put the blade back on. And then I will put this guy on. And I'll just put another drop right here. Don't want to get any on the locking mechanism, the liner lock, because it will just cause lock stick. And then I need to put this guy back on over here. These guys back on over here. This liner is tight, or this backspacer is a full spacer, but it's also made out of titanium. I like having a full backspacer. That's very cool. Overall, the fit and finish on this is absolutely incredible. I really think it's something special. I can see why this knife has the reputation that it has. It's very easy to see why. I'm just going to put a little bit here on this side over here where the track is, and then put it back together. And now the liner lock is going to be pushing on this, so I just want to make sure that we get it all copacetic. Yeah, and now the pivot is fully inserted, and we've got everything there. So now I'm going to take my little spring bar tool, and I'm going to add just a little bit of Loctite inside here on the threads on the inside and on here. I'm almost out of Loctite. Time to get a new tube of Loctite. And oh, we still got a little bit of grime on the inside of this where the screw sits. So I'm just going to go ahead and find where, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and get just a little bit alcohol in there to get that dirt out as well. And then go ahead and put this back on. I'm not going to tighten this down yet. I might need to play with the pivot to get it lined up and centered again. I'm not sure. And go ahead and put these back spacers in, back in the same holes that they came from. So overall, it's the quality that you are used to. Again, I'm not 100% sure who the OEM on Ray's knives is, but whoever they are, they're excellent. They're in the Riot level of excellence. Like, they're just really, really good. If anyone knows who the OEM is, I'd really appreciate you letting me know. I've searched it a few times, and I just can't seem to find it. So, come on, buddy. Let's get in there. You can do it. Go home. Having trouble with that one. All right, let's try this one first. It's a little bit magnetic, and it's not quite sitting where I want it to. All of my tools are linked below. If you are interested in it, you need to have a good quality set of tools in order to take your knife apart and put it back together again. And I highly recommend the stuff that I use. You don't want to accidentally strip out your heads of your screws or anything like that, so you need to have good bits. I like the Weehaw, however you pronounce it, bits a lot. Just tighten this up now, and we're just going to take a look and see how, oh yeah, it's pretty much naturally centered already. Tighten this up just a little bit more. Yeah, it's super easy to put back together again. Oh, that action. It's almost too drop shutty. I know I've never said that before. Pivot is all the way locked now, and now I almost want it more locked than not locked, because it was dropping shut so fast it'd almost catch your finger if you're not careful on that liner lock. Yeah, good. All right. Yeah, so that was a disassembly video of this, and I'm going to do a full review now. So thanks so much, guys, for watching. Like, subscribe, and if you want to be entered to win a knife a month, all you have to do is click the Patreon link below. All your support is appreciated, even if it's just a like. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Sharp Ends. Bye-bye now.